it was a good night of wrestling. They opened up the right way. Kazuchika Okada taking on Pac. Now, I believe Pac was Okada's first opponent, right? Pac was Okada's first opponent when he debuted in 2024 as a heel. Interesting. This is their second match together, if I'm not mistaken. And Pac can't seem to beat Okada even then. But he got pretty close. Liked that finish. Really liked that finish. When Pac was going for the submission and then Okada rolled him up. That was well done. That was well done. How are we feeling about Pac changing up his style? He's not the high flyer, well, the all-around athlete that we've known him as to be. Not saying he still can't go back to it, but you can tell he's grounding his style. I think that works better for him as a villain. But yeah, I thought this match was really good. And it's definitely showing you that when Okada needs to go to that next level, he can always do it. He can always turn it on, right? And Pac's always going to be one of the best wrestlers we have today. He always was. So there is that side of me that's wondering if things are going to get a little bit more interesting for Pac. And we'll talk about that more when we get into the Death Rider storyline here. Moving on. Okada is still my pick to win the Blue League, and Takeshita will probably end up winning the Gold League. Not the Blue League. Okada's in the Gold League, right? Okada's in the Gold League. Takeshita's in the Blue League. Oh, never mind. So Pac's not even gonna fight Jon Moxley. Never mind. I'm gonna be quiet. I got that mixed up. The Blue League is Takeshita's to win. All right, see, I'm getting these leagues mixed up. But yeah, Okada beat Pac in the Gold League, which lets me know that Pac's not gonna end up fighting Jon Moxley. So that whole spiel I did earlier, forget I said it. That makes sense. Because I was like, oh, is Jon Moxley gonna beat a Pac or some shit? Anyways, Kyle Fletcher took on Kevin Knight. This match was great. I really did feel like this really it made Kyle Fletcher feel more like a main event player than any of the matches he's had, because he was able to make this guy here, Kevin Knight, look like $1 million. I believe Kevin Knight has a lot of potential. I think Kevin Knight could end up, and I mean this, he could end up doing some great things for AEW down the line. I just hope they see the potential in him. He has a certain charm to him, a certain aura about him that no one else has. And his athleticism is incredible. We all knew that. I don't think, and I mean this, his tag team with Speedball Mike Bailey isn't helping him at all. They need to go ahead and break that up and make Kevin Knight a singles athlete. He needs to be in singles. No, for real. They need to make him a singles athlete and let him run with that. Because right now, I ain't feeling it. I ain't feeling it with him in a tag team with Speedball Mike Bailey. Yeah, I thought this match was great. I thought it really highlighted Kevin Knight and made me think that they had plans for him after the tournament. That's someone that I can see becoming someone big in AEW as time goes by. Uh-oh.
Who do you like more, CZW Moxley or AU Moxley?
Well, I think this is your first super chat, JGMLG3679. I never got to experience CZW Moxley, so AEW Moxley is who I'm going to go with. How about that? For now. Thank you for the donation. That is your first donation, I think, ever. Thank you for that, sir. But yeah, Kevin Knight's going to be someone big. And hopefully they have plans for him, because he really should be doing great things. Let's see here. After this, I think was a segment Don Callis tried to call out the Young Bucks, have them answer for their sins. The Young Bucks come out, attack everybody, then they get attacked, and then Jurassic Express come out, they get attacked, and then Kenny Omega makes the save. And yeah, we're gonna continue this feud with the Don Callis family, Kenny Omega, and the Elite, I guess. Cool. I think after this, if I'm not mistaken, is the women's, let me get this right, women's hardcore holiday death match. I know, crazy. So Marina Shafir and Megan Bayne took on the Timeless Love Bombs. That's Marina or Mina Shirakawa. Too many Minas and Marinas. Mina Shirakawa and Timeless Toni Storm for the AEW Women's World Tag Team Championships tournament semifinals to determine who goes on to the finals next week. So let me say that one more time because I'm pretty sure I confused somebody. This is a match to determine who goes on to the finals next week. And the people in it are Marina Shafir, and Megan Bayne, and the Timeless Love Bombs. Got it? Cool. Now, I like the match. I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was not worth a damn. But after seeing that women's the War Games match, psych, the women's Blood and Guts match, I'm getting them mixed up because it's the same match, just different names. The Blood and Guts match from weeks ago, it's going to be hard to really top that. Not even weeks ago. No, weeks ago. I said it right. Weeks ago. It's going to be hard to get any more violent than that. Don't really see it happening. And what they did here was fine. You had some blood, you had some color, but it's not going to get any more violent than what we already see, right? But it was still a good match. You had a lot of crazy spots with the big girls. But thankfully, because it was a hardcore match and they were able to use weapons, that allowed the booking to protect the big girls. You had Luther go out there with a present dressed up as Santa Claus and tried to give it to Marina, I believe. Or was it Megan? One of the girls, and he flipped them off. It was a middle finger in the present. And then Toni Storm hits a German suplex onto some thumbtacks and then pin him. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So there you go. Timeless Love Bombs advancing the tournament. And then we'll go on to fight Willow Nightingale and Harley Cameron for the tag team titles next week. Now, I believe that Harley Cameron and Willow Nightingale should win. But let's just be real. We know that Toni Storm and Mina are going to win those tag team belts. It's the truth. We know what's going to be happening. So,
How would you rate Dean, Seth, and Roman's rivalry on a scale of 1 to 10 back in 2016 when they were feuding before the draft?
Did I even like it? So, all of them winning the world title at Money in the Bank that year was big. That was a massive moment. Love that. Classic even. The match that they had, though, I don't know. I felt like that match should have been better. Right? If I was to give it a number, 7.5, 7.5, 7. I'm going with 7. I'll need to rewatch it. I don't remember loving it that much, if I'm being honest with you. Holy crap, how much money did you donate? Are you at $8? Yo, JGMLG, that is such a long name. You are at $8. The amount to beat is $25. So if you drop 20, you will take the lead and you will force Noel Jimenez to actually donate more to retain his title. So you could end up winning the International Championship if you want. And you can keep asking me questions while doing so. Look at me. Look at me. Trying to make Noel Jimenez try. Noel's trying to save his money for next week so he can win the world title. Let's see here. But yes, we did see the Timeless Love Bombs win, and they'll go on to next week. Winter is coming to win those belts, probably. Hopefully not. We also saw Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander challenge the Sisters of Sin. So I guess they're a tag team now. Jamie Hayter and Chris Statlander. And I guess we're setting up Jamie Hayter to fight Chris Statlander for the women's title. Jamie should totally beat her for it. And then Jamie should beat Mercedes Moné. Yeah, let's do it. Let's keep having Mercedes Moné lose all the world title matches. Because it's hilarious. Evil Uno is backstage. Because apparently the Dark Order is still a thing. Yeah, I who would have thought that the Dark Order would still be a thing? But it's a thing. Evil Uno, Alex Reynolds, and John Silver. Remember? Johnny Hungy? I remember. They used to be so funny. Do they still do the Be in the Elite stuff? No, probably not. But they ran into Hangman Page backstage, and they're like, hey, I know we're no longer friends, but look, bitch, don't get in our way. They didn't say that, because he would have knocked his ass out. But you get the idea. Mercedes Moné was interviewed by Renee Paquette, and Paquette said, so you were unsuccessful at winning the women's title. And then Moné say, hey, I got 13 belts, fuck you. I'm also number one in PWI women's 2025. Deal with it. Right? And she's trying to overcompensate for the fact that she can't win the big one, which is a storyline. And so she is now going to fight Red Velvet for the World Television Championship at Final Battle. Okay. Does anybody care? No? All right. FTR cut a promo. Who are they calling out? The Bang Bang Gang. Great. Does anybody care? No? All right. Let's move on. The Dark Order took on the Ops, Hook, Katsuyori Shibata, and Will Hobbs. Now, I was thinking, what a great win this would be for the Dark Order to have. You have the Dark Order reestablish themselves as a tag team by beating, and I mean this, by beating the Ops and getting them going as a threat in the Trios division, which isn't really a division, but we'll definitely see. But I don't know. I have a feeling, though, that that's not the last time we'll see the Dark Order. We better not. Still, it was good seeing them. They lost to the Ops because, of course, they did. They're still jobbers after all this time. They're never going to be the bride, always the bridesmaids, and that's okay. That's okay. But I did feel kind of bad that they lost. I'm like, they had to lose. Y'all had to lose. Okay. Let's see here. I think after this, yes, after they lost, Hangman Page ran out, and he cut a promo backstage saying, we're going to have a tag match next week. Holla, holla, holla. And guess who's showing up? So Swerve and Hangman are taking on the Ops. Or at least Powerhouse Hobbs and Katsuyori Shibata. Okay? That sounds nice. Samoa Joe, Eddie Kingston. Completely forgot about that opening promo. You know, it's funny. Samoa Joe and Eddie Kingston, they have a lot of similarities. They both grew up in Ring of Honor. They both made a name for themselves on the Indies. Samoa Joe was the only one to see success. You know, he was the only one to reach WWE. He was the only one to win championships. He was the only one to get recognition worldwide. And now he's a world champion in multiple promotions. Eddie Kingston has yet to reach that. And so that's the storyline they were going with. Anyone else think Eddie's promo was kind of weird? And his promo was kind of weird. Like, he's like, okay, I got things to do. I gotta get home. He told Joe, you either bring the old school Joe or I'm gonna knock your ass out. Okay. Not the promo I was hoping Eddie would cut since he's going for the world title. Right? But he cut a much better promo. Eddie Kingston cut a much better promo on Collision Saturday, right? Or was that Thursday? Whenever Collision aired. He cut a much better promo on Collision. And that promo, that felt like a championship promo. I don't know. I would have thought, my personal opinion, I would have thought the time to put the belt on Eddie Kingston would have been 2022 when he was feuding with Chris Jericho. That would have been the time to put the belt on Eddie Kingston when he was hot. They decided not to, which sucks. But that's just my opinion. That's just how I feel. I also thought the segment was kind of short. Anyone else thought Eddie Kingston and Joe was kind of short? Main event time. Claudio Castagnoli taking on Jon Moxley. The Death Riders implode. Not really, but the beginning of the implosion. So the whole point was no one has beaten Jon Moxley, and therefore he was the leader, right? So this was the first time someone in the Death Riders beat Jon Moxley, and he didn't just beat Jon Moxley, he beat him decisively. Jon Moxley got busted open, started bleeding, got his ass whooped, got pushed to the limit, pushed me to the limit, and then Claudio beat him with a running uppercut, like a straight, full force running uppercut, just knocked his ass out. It was gorgeous. And he pinned him 1, 2, 3. Clean. Claudio beats Jon Moxley clean. 1, 2, 3. So what happens next? What happens next? I'm very curious to see where things go from here. Because I believe, and this is just my personal opinion, I believe that we're setting up Claudio to take over Jon Moxley's spot. Now that we know that, we'll see. Like, I think we'll see how this plays out. They might be separating Claudio from the group and still keeping Jon Moxley as leader. But I think they're about to out Jon Moxley because he quits. He's a quitter. So there's no reason to respect him now. He's a loser. So more than likely, they'll go with Claudio instead. Claudio as the leader. And Jon Moxley is just going to have to be ousted as a result. So looking forward to seeing how that goes. And I'm hoping AEW can capitalize on this storyline potential and doesn't just go back to the way things are, like nothing happened, which would suck. So there you go. Is that it? Yeah, that was Dynamite. Wasn't a bad show. Better than what it usually does. But if people feel like the show wasn't like blow me away awesome, okay, I'm not gonna sit here and give you a hard time, but still, I thought it was a good show. That's just me. Give me your scores, give me your grades. What was your favorite segment of the night? Talk to me in the live chat. So I do believe that unless JGMLG3679 wants to keep going and compete with Noel Jimenez, this does mean Noel Jimenez is going to retain his championship belt. I will make note of that. I think, let me see. Well, first off, let me go ahead.
AJ Styles versus John Cena and AJ Styles versus Dean Ambrose rivalry back in 2016. How would you rate it 1 to 10?
Both of them are 9s. Actually, AJ Styles and John Cena might be a 10. AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose was a 9. I remember those two rivalries. Those rivalries were amazing. AJ Styles in 2016 could do no wrong. That was peak AJ Styles. And everyone knew it. So, well, where does that put? Hold on. Is that $13? I'm thinking our guy here is at $13. Let me see here. Yes, so JGMLG3679 is now at $13. He's creeping up. He's creeping up on Noel Jimenez. You know what? Keep asking me questions. Keep donating and asking me questions. I want to see how far he can go. I'll stay here and answer as many questions as you got, especially if you keep donating. Yeah, let's see how far he wants to go with the donations, guys. That's funny. Let me get your scores and grades. 7.5 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10, 6.7 out of 10. All right. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. People are actually answering JGMLG3679's questions. JJ Bulldog gave it a 10. And then no way. KB Brown, what did you do? Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, KB Brown just dropped $100. Well, Noel, you might be in trouble, bro. Did we just crown a new champion? KB Brown with the $100. Bam! My man, what? Why didn't you donate this? You could have got the world title. You could have been competing with Lauren Biggs. Yeah. Now I don't know why he's not playing. Maybe he'll play in a second. But yeah, KB Brown just donated $100, ladies and gentlemen. Noel, what you gonna do, buddy? Oh my goodness. KB Brown said, "Your soul is mine." I don't know. The Soul Stealer? What's happening here? Oh my goodness. KB Brown with the $100 bomb. I think it shut down Streamlabs. Streamlabs is like, I think Streamlabs is trying to recalibrate itself. Like, did he actually just do that? Did he actually just donate $100? Yes, he did. So, Noel Jimenez just said, "No, I'm not going anywhere." He says, "Give him 6 minutes." Yes, sir. Take your time. Take your time, Noel Jimenez, because KB Brown is. Oh my goodness, we're doing this. We're actually doing this on a Dynamite. Yo, KB Brown, what's your nickname, buddy? Give me a nickname or something, just in case you win. So if Noel Jimenez is the ruler, Lauren Biz is your goatness. I don't know, but we're doing this, I guess. Noel Jimenez is saying, "Oh, don't worry, give me a second." So, looks like we got ourselves a championship match. Wow, get your popcorns, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, maybe JGMLG3679. He can donate and ask another question while we rate. Man. I did not think we were going to do this on a Dynamite of all places. Hey, I'm not complaining. Shoot. I'm not complaining at all. All right, let's see what you guys are saying. Caleb Scriver, or Caleb SK River, I would book him like a Cody Rhodes or Roman Reigns, have him be face and have him earn his way up to the chip. The chip? Interesting. Okay. Yeah, he's talking about Kevin Knight. Okay, we'll have to see about that. Kevin Knight versus Javon Evans versus Leon Slater. Ooh. Cooking with grease. 6'7". Yeah, what y'all saying? 6'7". What is 6'7"? Who's 6'7"? Oh, is that isn't that like a football the football rankings, whatever? Because I think Texans are 7'5", if I'm not mistaken, right? 6'5", 7'5", I don't know. Let's see, Game Shock. AEW's Blatant Guts follow the original War Games rules of submission or surrender, whereas the WWE War Games match is pinfall or submission. Okay, that's interesting. Cleo does everything. I don't know if y'all saw the news from Fightful, but AEW signed Cross. Not Karrion Kross. Lena Cross, who TNA tried to get Lena Cross. Who's Lena Cross? Is she good? Oh, Kendrick Lamar. Okay. Kendrick Lamar, 6'7". All right. I got it. Someone said KB Brown should be called the King of Kings. Well, no, I see, here's the thing. Like,
You think this is a game, buddy?
well, Noel Jimenez just jumped up $50, so now he is at, if I'm not mistaken, $75. $75 to the 100 that KB Brown just dropped. So he's gonna have to donate. I believe he's gonna have to donate $25 more? 25 more? Well, more than 25 if he wants to get first place. Because KB Brown is like, look here, buddy. You're not just gonna keep this belt while I'm in the building. No, for real, like KB Brown. What's up?
Because I'm not playing.
Noel Jimenez, your daddy is home. The ruler just took the lead, $125 to KB Brown's 100. We got ourselves an International Super Chat Championship battle. And so now KB Brown, what we doing? Everyone said we'll be here all night. Oh, you already know. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere. So Noel Jimenez is 125. KB Brown, 100. It's your move, KB. Do you concede? Or is Noel Jimenez gonna have to really try? You're gonna make him really go into his pockets. I'm very curious to know what KB Brown's gonna do here. Noel just said, you think this is a game? Cause I ain't playing. I ain't no controller. This ain't no Xbox 360. I just dated myself. Jesus Christ. I ain't no PS5. It's me on the PS5. Wow, this is quite the battle here. What y'all in here talking about? Alex, who do you think is going to win the winner takes all match for Wrestle Kingdom 20 for both belts? Konosuke Takeshita and Yodo Tsuji. That's a good ass question. a good question.
How would you rate these rivalries 1 to 10? AJ versus Shane in 2016 and Dean Ambrose versus Brock in 2016.
So AJ and Shane in 2016. Do you mean 2017? Did AJ and Shane have a? I think you mean 2017. That, okay, the match and the rivalry for that, a solid 8.5 to 9.
Just another part of me.
Like I said, I want my title, please, and thank you. You had a nice run, but it's the boss's time.
KB Brown, the boss. The final boss? Or just the boss? KB Brown, the boss, just jumped up to $300. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. KB Brown said, no, go ahead and bow down to the $300, KB Brown. Noel Jimenez is at $125. Is this a knockout blow? Was this a knockout blow? Is Noel Jimenez not gonna make next week? Wait a minute, KB Brown? My man. Uh-oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Noel Jimenez has conceded. He had a good run. But he now wants to save. He wants to save for the world title next Saturday. There it is. KB Brown, ladies and gentlemen, has done the unthinkable. Your new international champion, Super Chat champion, KB Brown, the boss. Sir, should we call you the final boss? The final boss, KB Brown. Or do you just want to be the boss? Wow. Yeah, let me go ahead and change this up. So, KB Brown, when do you want to defend the belt? Do you want to defend the belt on Mondays, on Fridays, on Wednesdays, on NXT? Like, what you want to do? What you want to do, player? What show do you want to defend the belt on? I'll defend it whenever you want to defend it. I'll be here anytime you want to defend this belt. You make the call. You call the shots. Wow. I think Noel Jimenez said, nah, I want that world title, player. He wants the world title next week. I get that. And then Noel Jimenez can take on Corpse. Wow. That's crazy. I don't think anyone was expecting to see KB Brown take this belt. That's crazy. The real boss. Ooh. The real boss. KB, the real boss. KB Brown says he will stay on Wednesdays. Wow. Okay. There it is. KB Brown says he will stay exclusively on Wednesdays to defend the belt. I wasn't expecting that. I low-key was not expecting to see him take this belt. Wow. I honestly thought Noel Jimenez was going to get an easy title defense. But then KB Brown said, nah, we're not doing that, player. We're not doing that. So Noel will save up his money, as he should, to take on Lauren Biggs. Your GOAT is Lauren Biggs next week, and probably end up winning the belt, quite honestly. He'll probably end up taking that belt. That's crazy, though. Congratulations. Congratulations to KB Brown winning his first, if I'm not mistaken, your first international championship. Yes, this is his first. I don't think he's ever been a champion before. Not on this. Not that I remember. KB Brown, were you ever a champion on my channel? I feel like you were. I feel like you were. You used to be like a world champion, maybe. And I just don't remember. Regardless, though, that's crazy. The real boss, KB Brown, is now your international champ with $300. Bro, I told y'all there'd be sharks in these waters. There'd be sharks in these waters. Okay, so KB Brown says he might come for the world title as well. Well, sir, you let me know if you're gonna do that, because if you are gonna come for the world title, that means you get to defend the belt on Saturday. So, do you want to defend the belt next week on Saturday, or do you want to keep it on Wednesdays and just...
How would you rate Raw 1 to 10 in 2016-17? And SmackDown 1 to 10 in 2016-17?
SmackDown was a 9 out of 10. Raw was a 7 at best. 7 at best. 7 for Raw, 9 out of 10 for SmackDown. For sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, KB Brown's never been a champion. That's crazy. All right, so let's do it. What do you think, KB Brown? Do you want to defend your international championship next week on Saturday night's main event? Or do you want to keep it on Wednesday? I'm cool with either one. And then first place can be the world champ. Second place can be the international champ. And then the international champ can choose weekly shows, while the world champ won't have to defend his belt until Royal Rumble next year. Wow. Alex, the Young Wiccan. Okay, cool. That works for me. KB Brown says he might come for the world title. You just never know. Love it. All right. So, Noel Jimenez, that keeps the world title open for you to win next Saturday. So, there you go. Alex, the Young Wiccan is asking, what did he miss? Which means me. You just missed KB Brown donate $300 and beat Noel Jimenez. That's what you miss. Alex, I'm actually going to watch Collision this Saturday for the first time in a while because Moxley versus Konosuke is on the card, and I want to see that match. That is a great match to see, honestly. You know, I might check it out. I low-key might check it out myself. But let me finish up this cover here. Make sure it looks good. Make sure no. Looks good, actually. Yep. So let me save it. And ladies and gentlemen, congratulations to the new champ, who will keep defending the belt on Wednesdays, KB Brown. The final, no, not the final boss, the real boss, KB Brown. Every Wednesday after Dynamite, he will be here. If you want this belt, you'll have to come take it for him.
If I wasn't saving up for the world title, I would have continued this battle. My pockets are deep, young fellas.
Noel said, listen, with a name like The Ruler, that's suited for the world title, not the secondary belt. Well, look here, there is no secondary belt. KB Brown, you are the workhorse champ. And whoever's the world champ is the franchise player. You are both important to me. But yes, this was quite the battle. Congratulations. Congratulations.
Collision review.
Y'all want a collision? Will y'all be here for it? Will y'all actually watch a collision review if I do it? I'm serious. I'll do it, but y'all gotta be here. I don't mind being here on Saturday to review this week's collision, but y'all gotta be here to watch it, because I don't want to be up here and talking to 5 people. How about that? Wow. Congrats, KB Brown. Congrats. All right, let me get out of here, y'all. Thank you so much for being here. What a battle. What a night. As always, thank you so much for being here. Do all the YouTube things, like the video, subscribe, and click that bell to catch all my content when it comes out. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and donate. Donate! Using PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and Venmo. People are saying they would be here. All right. Well, look for it. If I'm home, I'll do a review on it. If not, I owe you guys. We'll do a rain check, I promise. I love you all. And always know, I will catch you guys next time, right here in Alex's World, a place that is, was, and forever will be a safe space for wrestling fans like you. Peace.
When you're